All right, hello wine drinking people. We are back and more of what I had to drink yesterday. What most people don't know about LVMH, the company that I just talked about, all those beautiful champagnes. They also have a portfolio of wineries, and they own, I think, all these properties today, or have an ownership interest. And I believe Suha Newton still has an ownership interest in Newton, which is the first wine we have written up here. Actually, no, it's Cloudy Bay. Newton was the first wine I tasted, but I just couldn't wait. But Cloudy Bay, one of the most popular wineries from New Zealand. They make a small production wine that we've had almost the whole entire allocation that came into Florida last year. The Coco 2005 we sold through in the store. A fabulous wine. I think we had had it priced too cheap. It was like $29. I'm looking at the price on this. The list price is $65 on this wine today, the 2006 vintage. And this is a couple hundred case production wine. This is basically them saying, we're going to make the best Sauvignon Blanc that we can. Not the most commercial one, which is what we know sells from New Zealand. They like these fruit cocktail, papaya, kiwi, passion fruit, pink grapefruit, fruit forward, almost sweet styles of Sauvignon Blanc. Whereas, there's some places in the world that make a great expression of Sauvignon Blanc, like the Loire Valley, Sancerre, Puy-Fumé. And this wine, to me, reminds me maybe a little bit more of that, some gooseberry, passion fruit, and that pink grapefruit, tropical fruit still showing, but a little more restrained. Some of that fresh herbs and grassiness that you get in, Sauvignon Blanc coming through in this, and some nice minerality, a nice complex bouquet, lovely creamy texture on the tongue. This wine does see some barrique and very full-bodied with a lot of that ripe tropical fruit showing, but this lovely intensity and acidity coming through on the finish, leaving your palate refreshed, waiting for something to eat. Excellent, most excellent Sauvignon Blanc. Hint of vanilla spice in there too, that new barrique kind of kicking in there. Really nice. All right, the Newton Puzzle up next, and this is the 2007 vintage. I've had this wine a couple times. We actually have this wine in the store. A fabulous bottle of wine. Most people don't remember back, when Peter Sterling sold Newton. Sold Sterling, winery in the 70s. He bought this. This is the first property that Michel Rolland consulted on in Napa Valley. So Suha Newton's surviving wife, they've taken on this winery. I think it's a joint venture, interest rather. They're doing the marketing work, and I believe Suha still also owns a part in this. But sweet herbs and toasty oak nuance, light floral, red currants, lovely complexity here on the nose. Very classic Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe not quite as New World, not quite as showy as some of them that you get from Napa Valley, but it has all the complexity and nuance that you want in a great Cabernet Sauvignon, and a very elegant and refined wine on the palate. Again, doesn't just knock you over with oak or with fresh fruit, but has a lovely balance of both of them, and very long and fine finish. Most excellent, one of the best Cabernets that I've had from Napa Valley this year, the 07, the Puzzle. Well, Cabernet blend, sorry, there's 4 of the grapes in this as well. Okay, next up, the Terrazas Los Andes, Malbec Afincado, and this wine's made from a 70-year-old vineyard, Las Compuertas vineyard, and at 3,500-foot elevation, really intense fruit here. One of the things you need for great Malbec is old vines. With young vines with Malbec, you just don't get a complete wine, and this is one of the greatest Malbecs that's available in the marketplace. Black raspberry, violet floral aromas on the nose, excellent richness on the palate, forward fruit, but lovely refinement and lovely length, something you normally don't get from Malbec, that finish, and really nice stuff. Most excellent Malbec. Next up, the Cheval des Andes, and this is a joint venture between the Terrazas Los Andes and Chateau Cheval Blanc, a very famous growth of the Saint-Emilion appellation on the right bank of Bordeaux. And this is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Malbec, and Petit Verdot. This wine has lovely elegance and finesse, just like a top-flight Bordeaux. And really lovely dark berry and plum fruit, fresh plowed earth, toasty oak spice, really lovely complexity there on the nose. You might mistake this for a Bordeaux in a blind tasting, and a big wine on the tongue, a host of that dark berry fruit and plum. Very refined and elegant, though. Really long finish, showing notes of dark cocoa and fresh earth. Most excellent, plus maybe just a tad better than the Afincado wine. Next up, one of the greatest wines of Chile. You see that in everything I say with this portfolio. One of the greatest from here, one of the greatest from there. Just one superlative after the next with LVMH. All right, Casa Lopez do Closa Palta 2008. Fresh earth, fine sweet herbs, and fresh flowers. That kind of cornucopia of herbs and flowers you get, which says Carmenere and says Chile, but still not off-putting, not over the top. You still have that lovely fruit, that currant and cherry coming through, very balanced. Really lovely bouquet here. Big and chewy on the palate. Layers of that earth and spice coming into a real long finish. Still quite young. This wine needs 10 years in your cellar. I visited this property. They built a separate winery just to make this one wine. Absolutely stunning. Most excellent stuff here. Then next up, one of the greatest wines from Toro, actually the first great wine from Toro. We can say that this is a region that, although they've been making wine here for 1,000 years, and even though kings and emperors in the past demanded wines from Toro, you didn't hear much about it until 1989. A wine from Numantia came along, and this winery, definitely big and explosive on the scene, just like the wine. Lovely fresh herbs, flowers, licorice spice, black cherry, wild strawberry, kind of jam fruit here. Really well-endowed bouquet. The vines are in the range of 60 years old and comprised of 100% Tinta de Toro, otherwise known as Tempranillo. Lovely richness on the palate, but this 07 is more of a lighter, kind of savory vintage. It has nice length, but it's something that's drinking really nice even right now. Really nice freshness there. Excellent bottle of Toro. Next up, the Numantia. And this wine is made from vineyards that are over 120 years old on their own roots, not grafted rootstock. One of the amazing things that you find also about this region, a lot of old vines on their own rootstock. That doesn't happen very often anywhere in the world. And what happens is the vine can supposedly live longer, it's healthier, and produce fruit that is made into great wine for a longer time. So lovely richness and concentration in this wine. This is the 2006 vintage, maybe still a little bit tannic on the palate, a profound nose of oak, dark cocoa, licorice spice, nice raw meat, really exotic wild strawberry jam, really big and seductive. Chewy wine on the tongue, just oozing with ripe succulent fruit. This wine definitely needs some time. A little monster. Most excellent indeed. All right, next up, coming up, our Italian wine tasting.